Hello, everybody. Glad you came back to Connect to Emily today for episode number 2. So today we're going to be talking a little bit more about building value. And I want to bring up that episode 1 was about healing and how important it is to heal. Because first you have to, or else building value is not going to matter. You can give somebody all the tools, all the skills that they need to succeed. But if their old behaviors persist and they're not healed, then it means nothing. So you have to heal first before we could take this next step or be in the process of healing. We can do more than one thing at once in our lives. Now, building value, what does that mean? Well, we're valuable right now. We are. All of us are. Very special, valuable, talented people. But we need to cultivate our skills and our talent and our value so that we can bring more to the marketplace. Because we don't get paid for our time as an employee. We get paid for our value and what we bring to that place. So you see, the more value you bring to yourself, the more value you bring to your place of employment, the more money you make. Now, one of the things that I would suggest starting with, you're like, where do I even start? Well, you need to know about you. I would suggest my mentors had me start with assessments. So Keirsey Temperament, I took that one. Gallup's Strengths Finder. There you could have your top 5 or top 10. Look, just need your top 5. Okay. And then also DISC assessments, which really give you a good outline of your current behaviors, what your strengths are, where you're not so good at. So for me, I'm a high D and a high I. Now, those are, kind of talkative people and the leaders of the group. My C, like detail oriented, low, very low. Like compliance and being conscientious and detailed. I am sometimes, and I like to be, but when I am, it's overextending who I naturally am. And for instance, anytime I have a task to do that is very like tedious, I push back and it drains me. It literally drains my energy. So if you have me doing paperwork and like line by line work, like half the day I have a headache, I'm tired. Now I know that. And because of the assessment, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Now now I can plan ahead. When I know I have something come up like that, I know and understand that I'm going to be really drained. So you know what? Maybe I'm not going to plan a lot of things after that point. You use these assessments as a guide and as a tool to help you improve you. Okay? The Strengths Finder. Okay. We have to understand our strengths are sometimes our greatest weaknesses. One of my strengths is I'm a learner. I love to learn. I really do. Sometimes though, my learning turns into, just another class. I need to learn more. I need to learn more. I need to learn more. And sometimes you just need to take action and do. And that's a part of learning. And until you take that action, you don't get into the okay, wait, I need to do this. I need to do this different. And you reassess, and repeat and redo. Right? So understanding that is important. So again, you use these assessments as a guide, as a tool to improve you. Not to just be like, oh yeah, it says I'm this. That's pretty cool. It's not a fortune. Okay? It's not your fortune. It's an assessment about you to help you get better and do what you want to do in life. And what is it that you want to do? Once you start looking at some of these things, you're going to be like, oh, that's why I didn't like that job. And that's why I really liked it over here. Maybe I should think of something over here. Or I always knew I wanted to do that, and it makes sense now because it says right there I'd be good at it. Maybe you're the high I part in DISC, like I was saying, it's influence, it's the chatty people, social people. If I am a low I, like my son, he's a very low I, he doesn't like to be around people. I would probably say going and getting a job as a customer service representative, probably not the best thing. He's going to hate his life every day. You don't want to feel like that. The whole point of this about building value is so that you can build into the life of joy and happiness that you dream about. But you don't go from here to here in a day. It takes time, and it takes time cultivating all the value and strengths within you, working on yourself, acquiring the new skills that you need to get where you want to go. And again, it first starts with healing, or all this means nothing. Well, it's something until you get healed, but you have to get healed first. One thing is investing in yourself is always going to have the best return, always. So for instance, lottery winners, right? Did you know? Maybe you don't. Did you know that many lottery winners, they win that big ticket? I got the golden ticket. And they're happy. I got it now. And within a short period of time, they've spent it all. It's all gone. Some of them out on the street. Why? Because they were given money, right? All this money, but they had no skills developed to manage and sustain the money. I don't want to, well, I mean, who wouldn't want to be a lottery winner? But really what I want and what I've been working on all these years is not for a one-time big hit it fix, which usually breaks down soon after. But when you learn how to make that dollar amount, you can lose it, but you'll always know how to get it back because you've acquired the skills necessary to do so. And how do we get those skills? Well, it depends what skills you're looking for. But I'll tell you one thing. When you are committed and you are dedicated, you can do anything. You can do anything. Let's say, oh, I don't have any money though. I can't afford the Tony Robbins and all those. Okay. I didn't start there. I started with Jim Rohn. He was one of my favorite motivational speakers, all about goal setting and looking within. I loved him. Watched him for free all the time on YouTube. Okay. You're watching me right now. There's other classes. There are workshops always going on for personal development. A lot of people are doing them for free as they are trying to get out there into the public and get paid. They are out there if you look for them. For instance, when you're building skills, whatever skills, whatever expertise, or whatever value you're bringing is going to be different for all of us, right? For myself, when I started going and networking, meeting with mentors and talking to them in the early days, we'd sit down and they'd start talking the yield curves and stock markets and cash flows and I mean things that I was not familiar with at all. And I would write things down, not even knowing what I'm writing down. And I'd go home and I paid for the classes on Udemy and would take a course and learn it. I wouldn't say I learned it and was an expert, but it gave me something. So I kept learning. I kept getting better. Communicating, key. Communication, Everybody, you need to take it. Okay, there's Toastmasters. I became a Toastmaster. $60 twice a year, so $120 a year. Depending on what club you're with, there might be some extra club dues. But Toastmasters is about public speaking. It's about improving your speech. It's worth every penny. And it's not just about you. It's about the community and it's about the people in the group. Because one of the most important things is being around people that are going to uplift you, that are going to make you want to be better, to do better. And in Toastmasters, there's a group of everybody's there because they want to do better. And not only are you learning from yourself, taking action, getting up there and speaking, but you're learning from these other professionals. You're learning from other walks of life. It's just a ripple effect of learning and professional growth. You network, you build community. Communication is key. We all can improve and develop a better vocabulary. You want to learn? You're like, oh, I don't have any money. I don't know. There are ways to learn. Audible books. I was never a big book reader, but in these past several years, I've read more books than I ever have in my entire life. Why? Because that's where all the knowledge is. You want to get up here? Read about the people who did. How did they do it? How can you replicate that? You find the person that you're like, I want to be there. I want what they have. Then you look at what they did and you start emulating that. You become that. You learn what they know. You figure it out. Develop your skills. Stop saying, I used to say all the time, math, oh, I'm not good at that. Nah, I'm not good at math. You're good at whatever you want to be good at. Take action. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Next episode, make sure you come back. We're going to be talking about improving your clarity, your focus, and improving your understanding of all things through meditation. Very important if you're ready to take that next step. And I'll tell you more next week. Glad you came to connect to Emily today. Glad to see you.